Hello everyone, it is I, Seto-sama the Fanatic, again with Team Forbidden's YouTube page. We're back with an update for Tenyi! New Link Monster came out. I didn't think too much of it at first. My god, it is actually deceptively powerful. Changes a little bit how the deck is played, but for the most part the main deck's mostly the same. But let's get into it just in case. Just in case you guys don't remember how this goes. Alright, so first off, we're running 3 copies of Tenyi Spirit Ashuna. Ashuna, all the Tenyi monsters, for quick recollection, they can be summoned, special summoned from your hand if you control no effect monsters whatsoever. So it specifically has to not say that word if you have any monsters out on the field. If you control a non-effect monster, you can banish it from either the hand or the graveyard and then activate its second effect. Ashuna's second effect is it special summons any other Tenyi directly from the deck. Second most important Tenyi is Tenyi Spirit Shithana. Shithana basically makes it so that if your non-effect monster is destroyed, you banish Shithana, and then you just summon it right back. It can be used during the opponent's turn. So if it's destroyed by battle, card effect, whatever. If it's a non-effect monster, banish that, summon it back. 3 Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha. Vishuddha's effect, if it's in the graveyard or in the hand and you control a non-effect monster, is you can banish it, and then target any card on the field and return it to the hand. This includes face down cards, by the way. So if your opponent has the back row and you don't want to worry about it, just banish Vishuddha, put it back in their hand. And then the last 3 of is Tenyi Spirit Adhara, which this one you banish it from the graveyard or from your hand and get any Tenyi monster that's banished back into your hand. All the Tenyi monsters are hard once per turns, by the way, so you can only special summon them from the hand once, and you can only activate their other effects just once. The other ones we have are Nahata and Mapura. These ones aren't exactly as key as the rest of them, which is why we're running them at 3. But Nahata can basically be a nice little battle trap that reduces the monster that's battling your non-effect monster by 1,500 points? Yes, 1,500. And Mapura is target protection. So if they try to target it with, like, oh, I don't know, Crackdown or something, you can say banish it and say no. So yeah, that's all the Tenyis. Next up, we have 2 Mirrors. Because this thing is so stupid. Because you just, okay, reduce level 3 times, summon 3 tokens, link climb from there. Oh my god, this thing is dumb. It probably should be banned, but it's only used in this deck, so who cares? And basically, you just use the Tenyi Link monsters to bring this thing back. Next up for hand traps, we have 2 Ash, the big forehead baby herself. 2 Ghost Ogre, because actually Ghost Ogre is actually, I think Ghost Ogre is actually really good right now, because any effect activates, up, discard her, destroy it. For a lot of stuff, Synchro decks in particular, if you destroy the right card, their turn is done. They can't play. Nibiru is, oh my god, a giant rock. I really shouldn't have to explain this. It's freaking Nibiru. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Really monster heavy, because you could just special summon all stuff at once. 3 Vessels for the Dragon Cycle. This is essentially your Dragon Shrine for the deck, where you send any Wyrm monster, and if you control a non-effect monster or don't control if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 Tenyi monster with a different name from the monster sent to the graveyard. So yeah, this basically sets up your plays and searches up your Tenyis. Next, 3 copies of the field spell, because if you go first, you want this card. Tenyi can go second, but it really thrives going first and setting up a board with this card, because basically your opponent summons a monster, you control a non-effect monster, I draw 2 cards. Oh, Maxi is banned? Not in this deck, it isn't. 2 Pot of Desires, because you run 3 of basically everything in this deck. 1 Foolish Burial, because it's Foolish Burial. Literally, your graveyard is your second hand. Monster Reborn, because we can have nice things. And 3 Called by the Grave, because, yeah, if you get Ash Blossoms on your Shithana, it really sucks. They also have the Counter Trap, which is basically Solemn Judgment, if you control a non-effect monster. And if it's destroyed, it's Waking the Dragon for non-effect monsters. And last card I have in here is 2 Waterfall of the Dragon Souls. Again, because you're kind of focusing on going first, but this is a basically generic Wyrm Searcher and hand fixer for drawing cards. So that's it for the main deck. 40 cards. Into the extra deck, we have one Yazi, Evil of the Yang Zing. You can easily make this thing with any of the with either of the two Ghost Girls, and just synchroing with that, and then you can just go from there, destroy it in an opponent's card, and then summon Mirror and combo off from there. One Cypher Loader Omega, because you can make it really easy in this deck, because you just summon one of the two level 7s, and then summon Adhara, and boom, there you go. Level 8 Synchro puts your Tenyi back in the graveyard, and you can just disrupt your opponent's hand. And finally, one Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. This card is, oh, God, I like this card, but at the same time, I feel like it almost doesn't do enough. Because it's basically, okay, so it has the effect, well, not an effect negation, it has the effect banishing chain thing. And then it has the thing where when it attacks over a monster, it gains the attack of the monster, and then it can attack again for on a different opponent's monster. I wish you could attack directly with it, but I guess that would be too broken. Even with Blackluster Soldier 3, makes no sense, but whatever. Okay, next up, the new boy, Tenyi Spirit Sahasrara. I probably mucked up that speech. It's Sahasrara. Alright, so it's any 2+ wyrm monsters. And then while you control a face-up non-effect monster, monsters your opponent control, you can't target effect monsters for attacks, and they also can't target them with card effects as well. So, in addition to that, it has a quick effect where during either player's turn, right? Let's see. Okay, so quick effect. Quick effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, special summon one Tenyi Spirit token, and with the same attack as that monster. Hey, guess what? The token's a non-effect monster. Oh, you have an effect monster? Okay. Effect, target, give me a token. And the token can be, it's a Tenyi monster, so you can use it for monk and everything. One Draco Masters, because it's nice to pop stuff. Only 2 Shaman. Draco Master basically can't be destroyed by battle with effect monsters. So you just summon this out in attack position, and if your opponent only has effect monsters, they'll never get over this unless they destroy it with stuff. Or card effects, rather. Because it just can't be destroyed by battle with effect monsters. Card effects are fine. Shaman of the Tenyi. This is the Link 2 that you will be making the most. Basically, she's Zombie Master for Tenyis. If any of you guys remember what Zombie Master is. Basically, pitch a card, summon any wyrm directly from your graveyard. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Mirror. And 3 Monk of Tenyi, because you need 3 of this card. And 1 Berserker. Only 1 Berserker, because you can always revive it with Monk, or you can always revive it with Shaman, and you can always do other stuff to get it out. 1 Lamphoninkus, because it's Lamphoninkus. It's a Link 2 normal monster, so if you have to, you can just end on Lamphoninkus and other stuff. 1 Nightmare Phoenix, because you need some form of back row hate. A Link Spider, and a Link Karibo for the Mirror tokens. And speaking of tokens, we have my favorite thing to do is the 4 Perfect Cell tokens and a Primal Being. That's it. Alright, that's the updated deck profile for Tenyi. If you'd like to see some replays for this deck, leave a comment down below and we'll basically try and see if we can get that out to you. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you guys later. Stay safe.